Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it now help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it now help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it now help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it now help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it now help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it now help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it now help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And And we don't care about no vumva viva va. No upper echelon, nobody's not above the law. As long as it now help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody's not above the law. As long as it now help Jamaica.
The One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation and its global supporters cordially invite Jamaicans yard and abroad to its inaugural reconnection on June 21st, 2025 at the Ranny Williams Entertainment Center in Kingston, Jamaica. Bring your entire family for a day of food, fun, entertainment, and information. Get an understanding of the Constitution and the skills necessary to exercise your rights and your civic responsibilities as Jamaican citizens. You can't afford to miss this inaugural reconnection rally, June 21st in Kingston. Tune in for further information and updates to Reason with Radigan on YouTube and reggaeglobalradio.com, Saturdays at 3 p.m. New York time and at 2 p.m. in Jamaica.
Whenever I say and one day say we are. When we need to fight. We are blood and fire comrades. We're marching on to glory. Good evening, whoever listening, watching from around the world and the Eastern Caribbean. Welcome to another edition of the Make We Talk program. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Share up this live feed. Share up this live feed wherever you are. Share up this live feed. Today was a great day for democracy in Jamaica. Today was a great day for democracy. And I will say it again and again and again. Today was a great day for democracy in the land of wood and water. A great day for democracy. The people of our country rise up. The nanny of the Maroons, the Paul Bogle, the Samuel Sharp, the George William Gardens, the Portia Simpson Millers, the Elita Thompsons, the Jim Thompsons, the Kenneth McNeils, and I can go on and on. Senator Donna Scott Motley gave a remarkable speech. Dr. Peter David Phillips. Come on, people. We're marching on to victory. I can say this evening as I sit here, my heart is heavy, but it's heavy with gladness. I can see the change in our country. We are marching on, Jamaicans, and today we stand up for the democracy of this nation. Democracy is at work in our country. Democracy is at work in Jamaica. And I want to hear from all of you. All of you on this platform. I'm going to open up the phone lines. Call in and tell us what you think. Democracy is at work in our country. Democracy is alive and well. We stand against corruption. We stand against cronyism. We stand against nepotism. We stand against a dictator and a wannabe dictator. We stand up. Today was a good day for the democracy of this nation. Freedom is a must. I always say that nothing will be done in our country. When we stand up in New York, in Miami, in Washington, D.C., with a Wilfred Rattigan and others, we stand up for the democracy of Jamaica. And I've always said this, that the Jamaican people are too lukewarm. But today was a day when we stand for the democracy of this nation. Today was a day when we say no more. Today was a day when we say we will not sit by, we will not rest. We will continue to fight for the democracy of this nation. And we did so with pride and dignity. We did so without any form of violence. We, the people, voices went echoing from Negril Point to Moran Point, from Galena Head Mountain to Blue Mountain Peak, from Drunker Head Mountain to Dolphin Head Mountain, from east, west, north, and south. We stand up as one people, one nation, and send a clear and present message to the elites of this country. Democracy is alive and well in the land of wood and water. And for those who believe that this nation was not founded on our founding fathers and our founding mothers, for those who believe that they can put their dictatorial reign over this nation, the people of this country stand up and say, no way. The people of this country stand up and say, we will not rest. The people of this country, voices came aloud. And that is why tonight, I can say to you all tonight, I see hope on the horizon. I see change on the horizon. I can say to you tonight, I am proud to be a Jamaican. I can say to you tonight, I am proud of my fellow Jamaicans. I am proud of my fellow Jamaicans from below Crossroad. I'm proud of my fellow Jamaicans from the inner city, from the halls of the poorer class of Jamaicans. We stand up today and we send a clear and present message that Jamaica is not owned by a political elite. That Jamaica is not owned by those who believe that they can put a hard end and a hard rain on this nation. We stand up for what we believe in, the democracy of this nation. We stand up today. We the people send a clear message to Jamaica House. We the people send a clear message to King's House. We the people send a clear message to the halls of the parliament of this country. Dennis Strong must step down. We will not stand for corruption anymore. $3 trillion is unaccountable for. We, the people, send a clear message. And that is why I will continue playing this song. And for those who want to call me any name, go ahead and call me. I don't care. But today, when I was doing the coverage, and I must say thanks to BOJ TV, thanks to a young man who continue fighting for this country, a young man who continue fight for the poor class of Jamaicans. I must say thanks to Andre Stevenson. Though he may out there, and though they may call him what they want to call him, and though they may ridicule him, and though they may want to put him down, Andre Stevenson will continue to fight for the democracy of this nation. And I lift my hat to that young man tonight. We, the people, have spoken. And I must say that this thing started from in the belly of the Jamaican diaspora. This vision started from in the belly of the Jamaican diaspora. A man who loved this nation. A man who believed in this country. A man who believed that change must come to Jamaica. A man who stand up for this nation time and time again. A man who want to serve this country. I must lift my hat to Wilfred Samuel Rattigan. I must lift my hat to Wayne Lonesome. We have stand in the trenches of this country. We have spoke out about the corruption in this nation. And for those who believe that we will never get there, I have seen the promised land, my fellow Jamaicans. But although they may think that we are nothing, although they think that we who live below Crossroad cannot stand up and speak out, we did so today. We did so today. When Wilfred Rattigan decided that he cannot stand by anymore and don't do anything, a group of us get together and we form a group. They call us the Dirty 30. What they want to call us, so be it. But we show the Jamaican people that yes, you can stand for the democracy of this nation. We show the Jamaican people that yes, you can sue a government. We show the Jamaican people that yes, We can sign the Magnitsky Act. We show the Jamaican people that yes, we can access information. We, the members of the Jamaican diaspora, led by the fearless leader, a leader who believes in the democracy of this nation. And for those who want to call us PNP members, so be it. We are Jamaicans. And we believe in the democracy of this country. And so tonight, from the halls of the Vumvavon, the Vumvaveen, the poor people of this country ring out with one aim, one objective, and one common voice. Change must come to this country. And Jamaica remain a modern democracy. We will not stand by and allow this nation to go down the drain. We started it. And sometimes I feel as if we're fighting a losing battle. Sometimes I feel as if the people will not say anything. But today, the day, June 2nd, 2025, will go down in the history of this country that the Jamaican people stand up against Andrew Holness and his corrupt regime and his dictatorial regime. Today, the one voice of the people of this country spoke out. Today, the people of Jamaica stand up. Let I repeat, against Prime Minister Andrew Michael Holness and his corrupt and dictatorial regime. Once and for all, we stand together as one nation and one people. We come together. When the people of Morant Bay led that rebellion along with Paul Bogle, we're not asking for rebellion. We stand peacefully. And although they were calling for counter-protests, we did not rest. We did not shake. We did not rock. What we did is put the fire punch and the uppercut, and we stand up in the sun and in the rain, and we fight and we speak out, and we said, yes, we can to change in this country. Yes, we will not give up. Share up this live feed, people. Share up this live feed. I feel so happy this evening. I feel as if something has been achieved and something was achieved. Something was achieved. We stand together. We the people. We stand together today. From start to finish. We stand together today as a well-organized people, as a people who are demanding accountability, as a people who are demanding changes, as a people who will say, we are fighting for the soul of this nation. We're fighting for the future of this country. We stand together as one. Many of them, when we started the protests in Miami, many of them spoke out against us. Many of them call us names, but we never give up. We never give up. Many of them class us all kind of name, but we never give up. When we went to New York, they have counter protests and they call us all sorts of names. But the man who know how to eat tin mackerel, the man who know how to eat butter and dumpling, the man who know where he's coming from, said to us, we must not give up. We, the people, must not give up. And tonight, I want to say to you tonight, we lift our hat to Wilfred Samuel Rattigan, the man who hailed from Waterhouse, the man who showed us that we as a collective few can make a difference. And although they split the group apart, but God knew what he was doing. Almighty God knew what he was doing. And Almighty God do something sometimes in our lives, we must not question it. And we continue to fight. We continue to push along. And today, the day when all of God's children, black man, white man, Jews and Gentiles, all of Jamaica, stand together and say enough is enough. Today is a remarkable day in the history of the 62-year-old country called Jamaica. Today is a day that we must be happy. When I see Jamaicans from all walks of life, whether they want to in orange or green, nothing to me. But when I see the people stand up today, when the rain started to fall, they stand up. I was talking to Wilfred Rattigan on the phone, and he said to me, Jeffrey, I hope they stand in the rain. And the people did so. The leaders did so. They stand in the rain because it was a blessing, a showers of blessing and a showers of change. The wind is blowing for change in this country. I keep on telling people that sometimes when you have programs like these, you mustn't write anything. Let the words flow from your heart. And this evening, I am one of the most happiest Jamaican known. I feel so happy. I feel so happy when I see my Jamaican people stand out, went out, and they must not stop. It must not be a one-day thing or a 9-day wonder. Leading up to this election, the Jamaican people must get out there peacefully, and demand accountability. Demand changes in this country. Demand that we must have a leader of the people, for the people, and by the people. That we demand a government of the people, for the people, and by the people. That we demand accountability. That is what we must stand for, Jamaicans. And today you did so. Today you show the entire Caribbean and the world. You show the Jamaican people from Canada to England to Europe to America to North America to wherever, to Africa. I have Ambassador Andy Mashiley watching us in that protest. And Ambassador Andy Mashiley said, Jeffrey, I am proud to be an African Jamaican. The man said, I feel so happy to stand with my fellow Jamaicans, to see that the Jamaican people can stand up. Come on, people, share up the live and subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm begging anybody anything over here. But we have started the winds of change in this nation. We have started the winds of change in this country. Yes, we can. The former President of the United States, in his campaign through 2008, rang out with this song or with this chant. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, Miss Williams. God bless Wilfred Rattigan. The man who hailed from the ghetto of Waterhouse was never be ashamed to say where he's from. Started a movement of change. And sometimes, as I said before, when I feel like giving up, he will say to me, no, man, you can't give up. None will never give up. Paul Bogle will never give up. One day the people will get up. And today, June 2nd, 2025, at 9:30 a.m., the Jamaican people got up. And the Jamaican people show the world that they can stand up for the piece of rock that we call home. I am one of the most happiest person tonight. I am so happy. I feel as if something wonderful is about to happen. I feel so good. We started this. I remember, I give you a story. I remember when Wilfred Rattigan said to me, Jeffrey, I'm going to go on YouTube. What do you think? I said, yes, man, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. And Will one day said to me again, Jeff, we can't just sit down and talk. We need to do something. And we started planning. We started planning and said what we're going to do. And what was planned? Some dub us as an arm of the People's National Party. Because they've never seen in the history of the Jamaican diaspora. They've never seen Jamaicans stand up and protest against their own government. Some may say we're putting Jamaica dirty laundry in the national scene. And I'm like, you people are stupid. Isn't there a news media in Jamaica? When they give the news, isn't it out there in the national scene? But we never give up. We didn't listen to them. We went out there and we send a clear message. We went out there, we send a clear message. And that clear message we send with those 3 protests that we have. Today was the day where Jamaicans got up and went out and speak out about what is going on in this country of ours. Last night, I carried a live coverage of the Prime Minister of this country speaking in St. James. And what the Prime Minister said, I raised my eyebrow and I said, what is this man doing? This man is inciting Jamaicans against their own Jamaicans. But today, the Jamaican people did not listen to him. Today, the Jamaican people say to him, we will not listen to you. of your lies anymore. Today, the Jamaican people show him that we run things and you run things. That we pay you. You are the servant of the people of this country. And we show you that today. I want you to listen to what this Prime Minister said last evening.
In Sunday's Central St. James JLP conference, Prime Minister Andrew Holness urged supporters to protest against what he dubbed badmindism coming from the People's National Party, the PNP. He says they should be aware as this is a different JLP.
I want every Labourite, wherever you are, to protest in your workplace, to protest in the market, to protest wherever you are of the badmindism of the PNP that is trying to bring down the progress of the people. Stand up, Labourites. Stand up for justice. Stand up for truth. Stand up against the PNP. There was a time when the playbook of the PNP used to make Labourites afraid. Is a different Labourite you're looking on today. Labourites are proud of their party.
You hear what he said? It's a different set of Labourites looking on today. The Labourite of the past, with Edward Siaga, Bruce Golding, is not the Labourite of today. It's a different set of Labourites. And when you hear a Prime Minister, this has never happened in the history of Jamaica before. When you hear a Prime Minister setting his own people against each other, something is wrong in the governing of this nation. When you see a Prime Minister setting its own people against each other, wake up, Jamaicans, something is wrong. Somewhere I read in the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedom that we have a right for a peaceful assembly, freedom of speech. It's in the Jamaican Constitution. Some may say that it takes a long time for the PNP or whosoever to act, or the people to act. But the long time that it takes shows us that our people are still waiting. Show us that our people are still there. Show us that our people can have something going. Good night. Welcome to Hold on there for a minute. Let me check something here because I'm live on air. Go watch. I'll look for that and let you know. Good night. Welcome to the program. You're live. Hello? I am getting some unconfirmed news here. Let me figure out something here. Something coming into us that we need to put on air here. Let me find this out. Unconfirmed report reaching us that the People's National Party, not the People's National, well, he was a part of the People's National Party, Lawrence Rowe, is locked up at the Almond Town police station. The news we're getting that Mr. Lawrence Rowe is locked up at the Almond Town police station. I can't prove this unconfirmed report that I'm getting. Let me see if I can get a hold of somebody here. Let me see if I got something here. Let me see if I got something here. Hold on for me. Sorry. There is something coming us to us. I'm trying to figure out something. I don't know if that is true, but the news I'm getting, the source I'm getting it from is credible sources, but I have to confirm it more. Yes, the Prime Minister went on to speak so much about the Jamaicans must go out there and protest. But today, they didn't do that. The people went out, they protested in their numbers. I want to show you something here. You know what? Let I show you first the speeches. Let I start with Senator Donna Scott Motley, who gave a remarkable speech in her own rights. A champion for change. Give her Senator Donna Scott Motley. I give it to you right now as we get her to speak. Here we go.
I salute the camera. I salute all the men, the women, the young people, the elder, those in their work clothes, those in their suits, those in jackets, and those who have simply come forward to take a stand on behalf of our country. Enough, we say, is enough. And we here today are demonstrating the power of the people in the streets. We come in peace. We mean no harm. Our only intention is to put the people and the country first. I ask you, my Jamaicans, all of us have found ourselves in a position where we might have to go to court. Would you want to be prosecuted by someone who is talking out on the streets that you're guilty? No. Would you want to have a judge try your case who you have heard say you're guilty? No. And that is what is happening in this case. The Prime Minister has chosen someone for this task who he knows has pronounced and says he is innocent. That's right. And we are here to shatter the web of deceit and lies. That's right. Because what they did was that they wore the wicked from long time. That's right. This is not a plan from yesterday. No. This is a plan from long time. Yes. And when you heard Dennis Chung say there was nothing wrong with the Prime Minister's integrity declaration, nothing wrong with his bank accounts. When you heard him say that, he was auditioning for this job. That was his first interview for this position. And when you heard him say that more money never reach SSL, what can go so? What can go so? How did he come into possession of that information when the rest of us, all of us, are still waiting on the Kroll report? Where are they hiding the Kroll report? When Selvin Hay was leaving and he said there were many more arrests to be made.
You know, a remarkable speech given to us by Senator Donna Scott Motley. Very good speech given to us. And that is why I said to you that the soul of Jamaica's democracy is alive and well. I didn't think that way a couple of months ago, but today I can say to you, Jamaica's democracy is alive and well. I want you to listen to something else here. Who else is going to come up? I want to listen to this. I want you to listen to former President of the People's National Party former opposition leader, Dr. Peter David Phillips. Listen to what he said.
But when I say the levels to which Jamaica is being brought by the actions of this JLP administration, I say every well-thinking Jamaican, every comrade, every person of goodwill have to step up and defend and rescue Jamaica now. The appointment of Dennis Chung to the position of Chief Technical Director in the Financial Investigations Division cannot be allowed to stand.
That's right. That's right.
We're going to protest today, and if it takes a week, a month, a year, we will not let it stand. And let me tell you why. Is we don't have any personal feeling against Dennis Chung. He is not qualified to do the job. Plain and simple. More than that, he has compromised himself. We have never in the history of Jamaica had a prime minister whose financial accounts cannot be certified by the Integrity Commission. They have referred it to the Integrity Commission, to the FID. And before the referral took place, he himself proceeded to defend and clear the Prime Minister of Jamaica. He has freedom of speech, but he does not have the right to be the technical director of the Financial Investigation Division. And let me say this. We have to understand that what he is doing, what the Prime Minister is doing, by appointing an unqualified person is destroying the foundations of the financial standing of Jamaica that we have all worked for through many, many years. Our banks.
This is Make We Talk Breaking News. This is Make We Talk Breaking News. It is official news coming into us. Lawrence Rowe has been arrested and placed at the Almond Town Police Station. He cannot get bail because no justice of the peace are willing to sign for him. This news coming into us that the former People's National Party, Lawrence Rowe, has been arrested. He has been placed at the Almond Town Police Station. No justice of the peace are willing to sign for him to get bail. That's news coming into a news center that the People's National Party, or the former member of the People's National Party, Mr. Lawrence Rowe, has been arrested and is placed at the Almond Town Police Station. He cannot get bail because no justice of the peace is willing to sign his bail bond or sign for him to be released. So that's news coming into a news center. I had us to confirm this. It is now confirmed that Lawrence Rowe Lawrence Rowe of the People's National, well, the former member of the People's National Party is locked up as we speak at the Almond Town Police Station. He cannot get bail. Well, he's not getting bail because none of the justices of the peace are willing to sign for him. That's the news coming into our news center tonight on the Make We Talk program.
This is Make We Talk breaking news.
There you have it. A former member of the People's National Party, Mr. Lawrence Rowe, has been locked up at the Almond Town Police Station. He's unable to get bail because none of the justices of the peace, or just of the peace rather, not pieces, just of the peace, are not willing to sign for him to get bail. So that's the news coming into us. So we go back to normal programming right here on the Make We Talk program. Let's go back to what the former leader and former opposition leader of the People's National Party was saying.
Some might even want to come and protest with us. Some of the laborites really want to come and protest along with us. Understand what Andrew Holness is doing. Our banks have long been at risk in having relations with banks overseas. They have been locked out of what you call the status of corresponding banks. Disappointment of Dennis Chung is going to make it even harder because overseas banks want to know that you have a good financial security system in any country that they are going to deal with. Jamaica has been trying for a long time to develop Jamaica as an international financial center. If you appoint Dennis Chung, you can kiss that goodbye. It is dead. It is going to make growth, economic growth in Jamaica even harder to come by. So it's not a matter for just the Prime Minister, whether you like him or his friend. It is a question of weakening Jamaica and weakening the financial integrity of Jamaica. And I want to say one final thing. What the Prime Minister said yesterday is carrying Jamaica back to days of political intimidation and conflict that we have struggled hard as a country to leave behind. And it seems as if it was a long-standing plan. That's why they wanted to get rid of the political ombudsman. That's why they wanted to change the requirements for the FID. That's why they have wanted to weaken the DPP's office. That's why he was telling us that he wanted a Chief Justice to serve probation. He has been wanting, from all appearances, to take power into his own hands. It is not a time for us to treat these matters lightly. This is a time for every well-thinking Jamaican to stand up and be counted so we can have a country that we can be proud of. So, I want the sound to go from here. The party leader has spoken. Other leaders of the party have spoken. We are not going to stand for Dennis Chung to be the technical director of the SIP. So I want to say to the comrades, be prepared, get ready. Be prepared to go the length and breadth of Jamaica. Be prepared to go north, south, east, west. But we will not let this travesty stand. One heart, one love, comrades.
There you have it from the former opposition leader, Dr. Peter David Phillips, speaking today at the protests. And I want to play something here that when you listen to it, I'll go back to some more of those speeches, but I want you to listen to this here that kept me going all day today.
And we are marching on to progress. Oh, we are marching on to progress. Oh, we care not what whenever I say and what they say we are. We need to fight for liberation and say Jamaica free. We are blood and fire comrades, and we are marching on to progress. And we are marching on to progress. We are marching on to progress. Oh, we care not what whenever I say and what they say we are. Oh, we need to fight for liberation and say Jamaica free. We are blood and fire comrades.
There you have it. We are blood and fire Jamaicans, and we're marching on. In my open commentary, I got a call a while ago. The person is saying to me, Jeffrey, I never know that you're so passionate about your nation. And I love what you're doing. Thank you very much. Thank you. We're listening, watching from around the world and the Eastern Caribbean. This is the Make We Talk program. We're going to open up the phone lines for you to call in. Open the phone lines for you to call in and tell us what you think about today. What you think about today. What you think about today. And if the Prime Minister of this country meant Jamaica any good, he would have told Mr. Chung to step down. And him himself would have tendered his resignation. Good night. Welcome to our program live. Hello?
Good night. Good night, sir. How are you?
I'm good, Miss Winnie. How are you doing?
Well, it's two things I talk about. Trust me, I was afraid for the march today because of what the Prime Minister said on the stage, that the people should go out. I was so afraid. So thank God they did not turn up, and the march went peacefully. I am so proud.
They turned up in a Miss Winnie, but there were few in numbers. I think you could have called them
I think it's about 10 or something. So that, I don't, and there was chanting something else about Sylvia or something. Anyway, when you bring the breaking news, I thought it was the Prime Minister resigned. Honestly, I really was thinking of that, sir. Anyway, God bless, keep safe, and Jamaica, God will hold you on. Keep on doing what you're doing, Mr. Golden and your team. Okay, good night, sir.
Good night, Miss Winnie, good night. 954-529-8030. Call in and tell us what you think about the protest today. 954-529-8030. What's your take on it? Good night. Welcome to the Make We Talk program. You're live.
Good night, Jeffrey.
Good night, sir. How are you doing?
I'm good, sir. But my heart, with that speech that the Prime Minister make and the thing, my heart was heavy. But last night, as a Jamaican, I know our roots and our background. And I said to myself, and I was talking on a talk program, and I said, who can I go out and stand up for Jamaica tomorrow? I'm calling on my prayer mothers to go down on their knee-to-knee city and the woman of Zion and pray for Jamaica. And any labor right on the other side who think they could have come and disrupt it half God last night, they scatter them and make them confused. And today show me, say, there's hope for Jamaica. And people are just waiting on the day for that man to call the election. A lot of silence. You have people when they really show up and where you don't know, but they're gonna make them finger count. And he gonna go out as a disgrace. Tell me now, if that man is have a love and a heart for Jamaica, and it no matter if a PNP or what, and there's somebody in the country calling for that man not to take that position, in that boss, yeah, you will step aside.
But you know,
But because
something, sir, and I have some more calls coming. Let me take 1 minute more. You have to speak. But you know something, sir? When you have a person who believes that they are the done of all dons, they don't care about anybody else.
That's the problem. They show you that the man have no respect for the Jamaican people. That show you that the man tell us, listen to me, and me run things, me are the boss, and me not care about Uno. That's the show the man have no love for Jamaica. It's about himself and him friend them. Him looking for them and him serve to because they want them large business and them grandmaster business. And that man have no dignity. That man should have said, no, Prime Minister, I cannot take it. Let me tell you something, man. God has stand up in this for Jamaica. And apart from the people in going get a beating if you not go Calvary go with friend. It's so evil and wicked and heartless.
All right, my friend.
I have no love for Jamaica.
Yes, man. Next call.
Yes, my brother.
Thank you. Good night. Welcome to our program. You're live. Where are you calling from?
Hi, boy.
You see you East Kingston and Port Royal. What's going on?
Why?
You're not tired anymore.
What you say?
You're not tired anymore, East Kingston. You see something today, eh?
Lord have mercy, man. You know that make the cream, the cherry pan the top of the pudding, you know. If it just announce the date.
He's afraid to announce the date in East Kingston.
He have to.
He's afraid to.
Pressure. Fire their most stealing think of cool breeze.
but
you notice.
East Kingston, when you sit and you look what is going on in Jamaica, and today you see the people stand up. How did you really feel as a Jamaican living outside of Jamaica?
Me feel good. Me not lie. Me feel good.
Yes.
Me feel good. Listen, let me tell you something. What I notice with Jamaican people. When it comes to politics, none of the party them, none of the two of them, nothing about them. Right? And the people them, you go and push them till you can't push them no more. And you say, when time they rise up, you better lift up. Okay? Tell him if you announce the date, no? Jesus Christ. Tell him if you just announce. You notice Jeffrey said, me no come out here and say nothing. Yeah. What me say to you the last time? All right, me tired, me top talk. And the date me I wait pan. Because I wait pan the date. And let me see who have the bigger talk. Jeffrey, me there. Me feel good to them. Me feel. Liberate in the crowd, you know.
Oh, yes. A lot of the Labour Party was in the crowd.
Okay, all right. Yes, everybody is tired. And you keep on doing things and just throwing it in a people's face. And you can't kick that in a people's face all year long. We're going to show you the Ghana we are now. Don't do that. Don't do that. You cannot do that. Right? And Andrew, the last time, no man, you let me talk you already, so you let me down. So just pack your bags and go. Just do that. Pack your bags and go.
Yes.
Nobody will know long argument and no cuss and no tracing and those things. No, you have failed the people. 9 years you are there. And all we had don't know. You should have done it during the 9 years. You don't make no sense. You go hurry up and do something. It not go last no time. You road you fix and you do this and you give house and you doing. It doesn't look good. It not look good. You should have do that during the 9 years. But when election years are coming, when election time, at that time you're gonna do something. It not look good. It not look good. And I hope the people, my Jamaican people, when the day come, go out and vote.
Yes.
Go vote. Time for a change. If you don't, it don't make any sense. Although them have a style, they say if you not vote, you not have no talk. Whether you vote or vote not, you have talk because we all are paying tax and you pay tax somewhere, somehow. Whether you pay land tax, food tax, educational tax, but you can pay tax. Jeffrey, yeah man, cool.
Yes, Sir Jeff. I am so happy. I'm just calling to tell you that I was part of that protest over US Circle. I see a friend we call you and tell you so she live at Slyport. Me same one. Where labor right them beach. Yeah man, I'm so glad.
Tell me more about the protest today. Tell me more about it.
Man, it was I don't even know, I have no word to explain. It was just so I do it peacefully and nice. Yeah, some Jezebel labor right come out down one road, down, but we never pay them no mind, and they was just a handful. Yeah, man, it was good. It was good, man. It was good.
As I said in my open commentary, that I am so happy to see that Jamaicans from all walks of life, from the inner city, the ghetto, wherever they are,
yeah, we stand up, man. And we are going to do more of that.
Yes.
We are going to do more. Long time we should have pushed, but never before the time.
Indeed.
We're coming out and you have to go. Indeed. Man in 40 teeth. Yeah, Mr. Jeff, me just call if to tell you, say I was a part of it and I feel so good.
All right, my dear. Thanks for calling.
Excellent. Yeah, man. Thank you. Have a good night.
Same yeah. The number to call is 954-529-8030. That's 954-529-8030. I'm not hearing anything from Headboy. I want to hear from Headboy. I want to know where he is. 954-529-8030. That's the number to call into the program. Even Miss P. What's going on with Miss P? Let's see if I can get a hold of Miss P. 954-529-8030. So we get a hold of Miss P. Get some reaction from Miss P. Miss P?
Yes, David.
How you doing? You're live on air. How you doing?
Me good, man. Me good. Well, I'm turn on the TV. So I'm ready for calling it. Me and I watch first.
Okay, watching me for I have to get your take on this, man.
Yeah, man. Me turn on the TV. So I'm not feedback fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead.
All right. Good night to everybody. Today is the day that the Lord have given us. Thank the Lord. Now you see, so we have five validity, right? Jeffrey, because I'm not calling from one day, I have a headache when I sign us about that.
Okay.
Now, let me tell you, you always tell we say, there's a God who sit high and look down low. Just give him time.
Indeed.
You just give him time. And if you listen the PM message, him just a fling just now one face. The Jamaica Labour Party is not the Labour Party of 10. Look at that. You're going to tell people they go protest against PMP bad mindism. What is bad mindism? And I am so proud of my fellow Jamaicans who stand up to him this morning with no fear of Uno. Even the security forces.
Hold on to me, Miss P. I have to take this call from Conrad O'Brien. I'm going to call you back in 2 minutes. Let's give me a time to take
No problem.
Okay. Good night to you, Conrad. How you doing, man? Welcome to the program. You're live.
Hi, Jeffrey. How are you doing, man? I'm fine, thanks.
Talk to me. What do you think about this thing today?
Well, I think congratulations is in order for the People's National Party and by extension the Jamaican people.
Yeah.
I think it's a big success. As a matter of fact, I can tell you that there are a silent majority out there, Jeffrey, who are basically cheering on the People's National Party for this stand. Jeffrey, I tell you this much that I'm sorry, I probably didn't say good afternoon to your viewers and listeners. Good afternoon, Paul. People have been calling left, right, and center, Jeffrey. And I'm not talking about those persons who have a hard political position one way or the other. Just people who are there who really believe that, listen, we have reached the lowest of the low. This one, and I dare say to Mr. Chung, Dennis Chung, see if you can basically salvage some of your reputation, some credibility. This one, Dennis, basically sweep all the credibility that you may have had under the carpet. One should remember also, you know, that Dennis Chung had to resign some time ago because of a procurement scenario at the JUTC. Himself and one Bingley songster and another gentleman there. The three of them. As a matter of fact, I read it in the Gleaner today. The Gleaner article. I think it was in 2008 or so thereabout, when the late Mr. Chambers was the executive was the managing director at JUTC. You remember that gentleman?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, they had to resign. I think I can pull it up here in more, Jeffrey. Just while we speak, I'll be able to pull it up and share it with you.
Go ahead.
You know, no man, we can speak. I'm trying to get to it. So while I do that,
wherever you're listening, watching from around the world and the Eastern Caribbean, welcome to the edition of the Make We Talk Current Affair program. On the phone we have with us none other than the fireman himself from Newstalk 93 FM, Conrad O'Brien. We're speaking about the protest today, Jamaica's democracy at work. And we're also speaking about the counter protest of the Jamaica Labour Party, the governing Jamaica Labour Party. Is to show you that today, when you see what happened today at National Hero Circle, it is saying to every single Jamaican in the diaspora that something that was started by a man from Waterhouse who demanded Jamaican people to stand up, Wilfred Rattigan and myself and others. Today, we are proud to be Jamaicans. Today, we are proud of our fellow Jamaican. Conrad O'Brien, go ahead.
And indeed, Jeffrey, I join in that. I remember we made these carrion calls several Saturdays over and over. And we say when the Jamaican people are going to take to the street and to send the strongest message. But Jeffrey, timing is everything. Timing is everything. And as the saying goes, it really seems like time comes. So I was saying to you, Jeffrey, that there's a Gleaner article that was published in December 6, 2008. And it marked home lead story. Resignation hits JUTC board. Procurement trio walks. And it mentioned Chung, Sangster, and Barrett. And it said expected fallout from the latest scandal at the Jamaica Urban Transit Company, JUTC, started yesterday with the resignation of 3 board members and the acting president going on leave. And it goes further to say Ray Barrett, Dennis Chung, and Bingley Sangster tendered their resignation to Transport Minister Mike Henry yesterday, hours after the JUTC board admitted that there were several breaches of the government procurement guidelines. So this argument about Dennis's credibility and so on, it is not awesomely intact because he has been embroiled there before, you know. But the thing about it is that how Dennis had weighed in the public domain as it relates to this IC. And let us just remind the public, Jeffrey, that just to use something that the average person can basically just compute immediately in their brain, is that if you have a scenario, a situation where you have a court matter and you are being tried by juries, right? Juries from among your peer, the ordinary folks compile to form the jury pool. And one of those persons during the investigation going forward, if it identified that one of the something, untoward or whatever, that person would summarily be dismissed from the jury pool. Right? That happens every time. So it means that here is a situation where the chief investigation arm, financial investigation arm for corruption or for criminal matters in Jamaica, the FID, right, has a file on its decks there for the Prime Minister. And Dennis Chung, who basically we know his opinion, and we know that his utterance shows clear leaning towards the Jamaica Labour Party and always in defense of the Prime Minister, is being given the job now to be the executive technical executive director, I think there. And indeed, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good, Jeffrey. This shows the lowest of the low, and I think this is the proverbial straw that breaks the camel back. I've been talking to business people who have been quiet and so on. So although the leadership or the leader, the president of the PSOJ, Mr. Mitchell Siaga, came out from the get-go and congratulating Dennis and so on and things like that, he's not speaking on behalf of a lot of members or persons who are private sector mogul here in Jamaica. He's not. He's not. He's basically carrying a line of his own and playing true to his surname. That is what is happening here. That is what is happening here. And Jeffrey, I can tell you that I sense I'm picking up something that what you saw today is but the tip of the iceberg going forward in this saga. I sense that there are town capitals across Jamaica, the length and breadth of Jamaica, that are just waiting for their day, for the march to be in their local, and they're ready and raring to go. That is the sentiments that is being echoed. And let me tell you something, as I said before, this is not something that is just being driven. This is a Jamaica thing. The PNP is the opposition, and the party and the Brit, and in Mark Jefferson Golden, the people are identifying a leader that in whom they are well pleased at this moment to lead Jamaica out of this debacle. Because indeed, where we are now, we're in a crisis position. Jeffrey, the world is looking on.
And you know something, Conrad Brian, as you talk about that, and I have to refer back. You hearing me?
Yes, man, I'm listening. I'm hearing you well.
I have to refer back to the first protest that we have in Miami. And when we were when we started to plan this protest, as I said before, when Wilfred Rattigan said to me, Jeffrey, I'm gonna go and organize a YouTube channel. And I said, go ahead, man. Came to me first with it. I said, go ahead. And one night we were on the phone joking as usual. You know how we joke sometimes, Conrad. And he said to me, I think I am tired of talking now. I think the Diaspora need to do something. And we organized this thing. And we went out there. We went to New York. We went to Washington. We go back to New York. And we get counter protests and whatever. But we never give up. We never give up. And I keep on saying to him, I think I'm just chatting, and nobody doing anything in Jamaica. And I remember one day Wilfred again said to me, Jeffrey, see me yourself, man. You think Marcus Garvey and all those guys who fought for this nation didn't have a time when they want to give up? But they didn't give up. And today, today, I am proud to call myself a Jamaican. Today, I am proud to say I saw a lot of Nanny of the Maroons. I saw a lot of Paul Bogle. I saw a lot of George William Gordon. I saw a lot of people who stand up and say no more to the nepotism and the cronyism in this country, Conrad Brian.
Indeed. We saw Mark Jefferson Gold in there showing glimpses and things of Michael Manley and indeed George William Gordon, Paul Bogle, and so on. We saw Dr. Peter Phillips out there, resolute and strong. You know, it was.
I saw within a Donna Scott Motley, a Portia Simpson Miller, and
absolutely.
Maroon.
Yes. Oh my goodness, my friend and sister Donna Scott Motley. Hi, Donna boy. You stood up like a rock of Gibraltar. You know.
When I hear her speak, speak with such passion for her country, for her people, I said to myself, my God Almighty, we can stand for this country. We start a movement in the Jamaican diaspora, led by a fearless leader, led by a Wilfred Rattigan. And we decide, say, hey, the people of our country must stand. And today, when I saw Donna Scott Motley took the mic, when Dr. Dayton Campbell gave her the mic, and she started to speak, I said, my God, look on Nanny of
And as you call Dr. Dayton Campbell's name, let's not rule him out. No. What a champion, what a warrior, what a firebrand. A champion of a man, and I want to really hail Dr. Dayton Campbell bigly. I'm not afraid to do so. Dayton and I, we have had our running, but this is what I'm made of, Jeffrey. I will ask tough questions. I will push the envelope because what I want for Jamaica, it is the best. So if I'm asking a question from time to time, it's with no malice. Here I am, going down the road and calling out at Dennis Chung. It's not with any malice. I am saying to Dennis, do the right thing. It doesn't look good at all. And let me venture into saying this, Jeffrey, that sometimes you really have to take a step back and look at what you're doing. When I listen to a radio station this afternoon, and so on, that is really trying to do everything, every single thing in their power to make a case. I heard them having a former president of the Micro and Small Business Association or Medium-Sized Business Association this afternoon. And, you know, the gentleman was saying that, listen, from he heard the announcement, he said, listen, here we go again. Here we go. And he had issue with it from day one. And that is the situation. First, I've been saying when they heard it first, they said, no, sir, nothing couldn't go, sir. This must be a joke. And I can tell you it's the same view I had, Jeffrey. Because I said, no, this could not, there couldn't be a bare face of this. It couldn't be so dry eye.
You know, Conrad, I remember I remember when we had the protests in New York, when we were planning the first protest in New York. And we're there planning and we're planning with a bunch of other people. We're there planning. I remember one night I called Will Rattigan and I said, Will, if I had the money, I'll put up on the billboard in the heart of Lower Manhattan the sufferation of my people. He said to me, we don't have it to do that, Jeffrey. But our voices must be heard and we must go out there. And our voices was heard. Although some wanted to cow down the organization and to whatever, but we stand our grounds. And that is why today I can proudly say that I'm proud of my Jamaican people from the inner city of Ream and Jungle, from the countrysides of Jamaica, from all over Jamaica who came out.
Yes, man, and you know, let us hear Mark Jefferson Golden for his bold stand It's bold stand and they showing leadership in terms of really being out there. And what we're seeing, what we saw today, Jeffrey, in pulling this together, it shows that there is a united People's National Party, you know, in terms of its leadership and also the rank and file support on the ground. Everybody come together. It's a moving parts that they pull together because indeed they recognize that, listen, they will now have to step into the breach and provide quality leadership for the people of Jamaica. Here is something, Jeff. Let us share this information with our listeners and viewers as we go along. As we look at the qualification that was set out for this job, qualification and experience, postgraduate degree in management, all right, comma, public administration, comma, criminal justice, comma, law or equivalent qualification, comma. There's also another very important aspect of it here. Minimum of 12 years of experience in law enforcement or equivalent. And it also said at the last one, it says a minimum of 5 years at a senior level of law enforcement or equivalent. No, this is another layer apart from the utterance that came from Dennis Chung that basically give him a bias, shows a bias there. And for this job, you know, you can't go inside, or you should not be placed in there with that level of bias. It's also bring into sharp focus the skill set that is required for this job. It is not just an administrative position as some people want us to believe. And this is why from day one, all the persons that have headed this unit are basically endowed with a certain level of technical skills as it relates to the germane position of technical executive director of the agency.
Indeed,
you know,
indeed, my friend, indeed. You know, when and I gotta go back again. People may say Jeff repeating himself too many times, but I'm not repeating myself. I gotta go back to the whole diaspora protest, Conrad O'Brien. You're a part of the whole idea. I've listened to us speak sometimes on the phone, and you know, you sit there, you listen to us. You know, when you see a people rising up now, it says to you that the people are sick and the people are fed up of what is going on in the country.
Yes, you know, the people of Jamaica certainly have reached their threshold on this. You know, as the saying goes, enough is enough, and there comes a time when you have to rise up. And as I said before, timing is everything. And maybe although we have made the call in the past to say that, listen, the PNP should go out and basically lead in terms of protest, and so maybe, just maybe, they, in their own wisdom and so on, you know, being in receipt of certain information, watching certain things and so on, they decide that, listen, there will come a time when, you know, the rubber will definitely have to hit the road. And I think that's what we saw today. There is something that is very instructive, Jeffrey, and we must not lose sight of this. The Prime Minister last night in Montego Bay, in West Central St. James yesterday, you know, and talk about, you know, every labor right and so on should basically be out there protesting everywhere. And so that fizzled, Jeffrey. That fizz. And indeed, I believe that eggs are all over the Prime Minister's face this afternoon. And what it shows, Jeffrey, is that the people have gone leave the Prime Minister, and he doesn't even recognize what is happening.
Yeah.
Or he recognizes it, but don't afraid to admit the people have left the Prime Minister. And as you know, I was talking to a senator this morning, and you know, he said to me that since the Prime Minister I never call his name. I was talking to Senator Lambert Brown this morning, you know, on my way in to Broadcast House, And Senator Brown said, listen, the litmus test and the highest level of protest that the Prime Minister could ask the JLP supporters to do is by way of basically voting. And he is the only person in Jamaica that is endowed with that responsibility to call an election. So call the election. The country needs to settle down and move forward. If the people decide that, listen, they want to retain Andrew Michael Holness, then so be it, right? So give the people the option. Go to the polls. Go to the polls. And since you a favored outfit of his, right? Basically chomping up the bit and say, listen, this is so and that is so. If you believe it, go and call the election and have it settled down. And as I said today on radio, that I am urging the PSOJ to basically lend their voice to this now, as they did when the most honorable Portia Simpson Miller was Prime Minister. When they said that, listen, she should go to the polls now because there is an unease in the country. And we never have anything like this. Portia Simpson Miller was under investigation for no illicit enrichment. No upheaval, no nothing was taking place in the country. But the private sector basically said that she should call the election, she should go to the polls. And now you have a situation where everything is going haywire.
And nobody called her to go to the polls.
Right? And well, not nobody, the private sector organization of Jamaica, what is dubbed as the powerful PSOJ, they are not calling for him to do so. But what happened? An appointment made that cannot stand the test of time, and its president, Metro Siaga, come out and hailing the appointment of Dennis Chung. What nonsense! What can go so?
Conrad, before you go, because I know you said you have a couple of minutes with me, I want to play something that's going to happen on the 21st of June at the Ronnie Williams Entertainment Center put on by the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation. I want to play something here.
The One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation and its global supporters cordially invite Jamaicans abroad and abroad to its inaugural reconnection on June 21st, 2025 at the Ronnie Williams Entertainment Center in Kingston, Jamaica. Bring your entire family for a day of food, fun, entertainment, and information. Get an understanding of the Constitution and the skills necessary to exercise your rights and your civic responsibilities as Jamaican citizens. You can't afford to miss this inaugural Reconnection Rally, June 21st in Kingston. Tune in for further information and updates to Reason with Radigan on YouTube and reggaeglobalradio.com, Saturdays at 3 p.m. New York time and at 2 p.m. in Jamaica.
There you have it. Come on out on June 21st. And listen. Go ahead.
Come on. Indeed, Jeffrey. That has my full support, and I pledge my talent. That I will assist in terms of emceeing, and whatever I can do, I will definitely be in attendance there to ensure that this is a success. And I want to congratulate the organizers for putting this together. It's really the kind of things that we need to bring our people together. And as it said, it will be talking about fundamental things such as the Constitution, and just to encourage people how to really stand up and be counting. Because, Jeffrey, going forward, we have to basically draw a line in the sand that as a people, we will be tracking things that are happening in this country so that we can really and truly realize the dream of Jamaica being the place to live, raise families, and do business, Jeffrey. The option of migrating is becoming less and less. It is not as attractive as in the past for someone to migrate to the United States, England, or Canada. There are just people want Jamaica to really move to that place, that whenever you jump on a plane, you're really going on a vacation and you'll be back home in short time because you are able to live a quality life right here in Jamaica. And that is why this 50,000 houses that Mark Jefferson Golden and the PNP basically committing to Jamaica that they will be building out in their first term of government is so important. That is why the conversation that the spokesman on agriculture, Dr. Dayton Campbell, has been talking about everywhere he goes across the country is so important. How we're going to move small farmers from small farmers to another level and basically have the profession of or the industry of agriculture move from just being a subsistent farmer to a place where young men and young women indeed can be proud to say, I'm a farmer and living a quality life from this. This is why it is so important that young Andre Harden, Dr. Andre Harden that I interviewed today, who has the technology portfolio and will be driving certain sector in that regard. It is so important. That is why it is so important as to the commitment that we heard from senior MP, veteran member of parliament for East Kingston and Port Royal, Philip Paulwell, who is the spokesperson, and Energy, who left the energy cost at 20 US cents per kilowatt hour in 2016. It is now 44 cents per kilowatt hour. He is making the commitment that once again he will take Jamaica back there, and the goal is to go about between 16 to 11 cents per kilowatt hour. And a big part of that, Jeffrey, is the sun and the wind that we have here. A lot of renewable energy. And so I was so impressed last night when I saw him and heard him on the platform up there in Belfield in central Manchester, making this commitment to the Jamaican people. He has the experience. He has done it before. He left it at 20 cents, as I said. It's now 44 cents. He talked about Nestle, right? Which was the replacement of the REP, the Rural Electrification Program, that has been dismantled under this administration. Of course, remember the scandal that hit it at the time, where the head of it, Miss Warren, had to leave in disgrace. One would remember all of that. So there's a lot of heavy lifting to be done, Jeffrey. But what happened? You have people who are offering themselves with the requisite experience, know what they're doing, and the people of Jamaica will hold them to account. We have seen Andrew Holness 9 years on the trot, and what has he done? Threatening people and sending out people out there to go against each other when a protest is being called. That can't work, and call you bad mind, call all of us bad mind, because we don't say nothing. We must just allow him and the Labour Party to do as they please. So once you speak a bad mind, your bad mind, what can go so?
Indeed, my friend. Conrad O'Brien, thank you for coming on. Thank you for being a part of this program tonight, Conrad. I have so many calls coming in.
Yeah. It's always a pleasure. God bless you, and God bless your callers and your viewers.
Thank you very much.
All the best.
All the best, my friend.
Keep safe.
Keep safe.
Okay.
That's Conrad O'Brien from the Make We Talk program on News Talk 93 FM. I want to say thanking him for coming on. I want to bring on somebody else too. My good friend, he's going to call us back anytime soon, who is supposed to be on this program with us. But before we do that, I want to take a quick commercial break. I want to listen to this from Jamaica. Jamaica made a video and put it out. I want to play it here. I want to listen to this video. I want to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Stop corruption.
This is a message to the Prime Minister. With great power comes great responsibility. Do remember that you are an employee of the Jamaican people. You are not a don or a god over the people. You must practice power with. I know that you run a demagogue, but the Jamaican people are aware of their constitutional rights. The Charter of Fundamental Rights, Section 13, subsection 3, speaks about the right to peaceful protest. And when the Jamaican people wants to very arrogant. It's not my word, it's their behavior. Listen how they behave on the public scene, whether it be on TikTok, whether it be on YouTube or anywhere. I'm not going to call any name, but that same musician turned political commentator with a lot of lies and with a lot of misinterpretation. He is out here telling people about their mother. So he is a representative of you and a representation of the Jamaica Labour Party. When you come out and you make such careless statements and careless utterances, this is clear inside of violence. And as a well-thinking, responsible leader, you should have known better. Or maybe you're not all which I just spoke about. But Jamaican people, look out for what is going on in your country, and you must hold our officials accountable. What the People's National Party is going out there and demonstrating, it is something that impacts all Jamaicans. Dennis Chum is a friend of yours. He has came out publicly and defended you when we heard that there is an investigation ongoing about your statutory declaration. There is a conflict of interest. That is nepotism. And the People's National Party have all right to flag that and look at that as a problem. Jamaica, we have a man who feels like he's above the law of the land. How can you govern the people when you don't follow the rules?
There you have it. Young Jamaics, a young man who is going places, a young man who continue to speak for the fundamental rights of the Jamaican people. I don't know what happened to my good friend Soso who came on. The phone has got disconnected from him. Let me see if I can get him back on the phone. I will call back Miss P also. What happened to you here? We're watching from around the world in the Eastern Caribbean. Welcome to the Make We Talk program. You're live. My good friend, welcome Shamash. How are you doing?
How are you doing, man?
What is your views on today's protest?
Well, I don't hear much people talking about this, but Andrew will score our own goal again.
Why you say that?
All right. Before I go to the own goal, I was listening Richard B. Radio yesterday, and they interviewed the parakeet. And the parakeet, man, where just chat.
Oh, you mean Idiot Amin?
Because Idiot Amin, yeah. Right? Yet Richard B. don't ask him, I know what about the comment that Dennis Strong made. If that comment don't disqualify him from hold that position because he prejudged the case already. Because him done sanitize the Prime Minister already. So I'm going to do it official right now. Because based on his pronouncement. Because it's critical of the Integrity Commission and what they find in her. So him going there now, him go just formalize it to tell us that the Prime Minister innocent. I listened that rap yesterday. And all of them would have chat, none of them mention about what Dennis Strong said. They leave that totally out of it. They leave all the water down the requirement to get that position. Those people and that no wonder they don't listen. And when they talk to the minister about the comment of Dennis Strong, she never hear that. And she not no knowledge of it. So, they try their best to.
So,
hello?
Hold on, Sir Marsh, let me ask you this question though. Today was a day for the democracy of this nation.
Yes.
Democracy was at work today.
Yes.
Democracy was at work today. And when we
well,
watch
I'm coming
live,
to that.
When we watch that live feed from Hero Circle, what went through your mind as a Jamaican living in Jamaica?
Well, that today now when I examine the whole situation, I said, look how Andrew when he score a own goal. And score upon himself. Because today must teach him that the people is not listening to him anymore. If you heard him last night down in Malawi Fort here, when he was calling out the people to come and counter demonstrate today.
Yes, I heard him.
Good. You realize the people then ignore him. You know where a few people come out. There is a lane, one of them road just below the Minister of Finance. It's where a little JLP here. Those people come out of the lane mouth. Ira Circle. And there's a couple of them make a little noise down there, and that's it. Because them not come out and support. I was looking to see the people them from Fletcher's land.
Yes.
And down at Tivoli. And those people, I was looking to see those people come out in their number to counter demonstrate. The people them in their wisdom realize that it's garbage and ruin, Mr. The people them not come out nowhere. So when them tell people that they must come out and counter demonstrate at the workplace and all of them things, Andrew will show flap him scope on himself again, the people not listening to him anymore. And the PNP out there in their number. And let me tell you, the PNP thing wasn't a well-planned thing, you know. Then just trump up a couple people from where you know. It was something where them did line up from about a week ago with a one different song sing, you know. Don't I hear circle too, you know.
Because if they had decided to bring buses in from country, come on, God help us.
Lord of mercy, man. What a bam it should have been. So only show flap because the people ignore him, nobody no pay him any mind. And Dennis Strong don't have anything about him. He have nothing about him. Then again, his job is to go and sanitize the Prime Minister. That's all Dennis Strong is going to do. Whatever he said now no be in a way because already we know the result that he's coming up with. The Prime Minister is going to prove innocent because he done say it already, he's only going to formalize it. And police is going to get away again. You see, FID, I told them today, FID means friends indeed. That is what Dennis Strong goes there to do. And they're talking about PNP using not solid waste. And let me tell you something. Pressure seems to use Dennis Strong. A garbage she said in go look out, you know. Rubbish they said in go look out because we expect certain things from him. Why Supreme Venture get rid of him? Why Kentucky did get rid of Dennis Strong?
But let me ask you this question.
Why the reggae girl couldn't get the money? Why Dennis Strong was there? Why the thing mash up? Because the reggae girl couldn't get their money. Who the hell is Dennis Strong? Why did I leave? The JUTC. Why the board that should dissolve?
But you know something, Mr. Marsh? As we sit here tonight, today was a great day with the demonstration of Jamaicans all over the place in Jamaica. But it begs to ask the question tonight. How does this Prime Minister feel? Is this Prime Minister going to continue the way how it's going on? And don't you realize that the Jamaican people have reached a point where they say that democracy comes first, not you, Prime Minister Holness?
There is a word in the Bible. It's spelled REPROBAT. When you reach that state, it's dangerous. The man becomes a reprobate. Yes, that's what he becomes, a reprobate. He can't do any better. Now, fear, not care what happened, fear did all on, you know. plague, all different plague, and he wouldn't give up. It's all about Andrew Holness and his team as criminals. And then the man find 2 parakeets to run up and down. Every time they open them out. Oh, the urban center. Crime down 45%. Poverty gone down. Poverty.
Today I heard them have a so-called press conference. It was one of the worst press conferences I've ever seen in my entire life.
Sorry.
You know, and when I say the worst press conference I've seen in my entire life, it's because you have the people who decide to go there and protest against the nepotism and the corruption and the crimes going on in the country. And according to you, you want to counteract what is going on, so you come and have a press conference repeating the same thing over and over. That makes no sense.
But hold on. Watch how wicked and evil they are. There, Andrew Holness and his cronies, they're asking the people to go out and counter demonstrate. Any of them come out there? Not one of them come out there.
Very few people was out there.
Eh? I don't get that, Jeffrey.
I said nothing that you can count on your hand.
Nothing. And them are send out people and them now come. Marky G called out them people them. And the Iraqi have the PNP, they were out there, right? But Andrew Holness and them 2 main parakeet and the rest of them, none of them don't come out. Why them never come out that them come counter demonstrate? Why? And I ask the labor right them, and not every labor right idiot, you hear? And the people them ignore. Andrew Holness must take this now, because test him test the water, you know. I test him test the water and see him fail again. Because the people ignore him. They don't come out. And they just, every time you talk to the parakeet, crime down 45%. Your poverty down next percent. I wonder at the rate how they take I wonder when it all go down to 100%.
And they know, you know, that is why when he said that we must apologize, you know, sue. You can't sue nobody, idiot, I mean. Because you Marlon Morgan, is a pathologically mendacious individual. You're a damn liar.
If Marlon Morgan tell a lie on a block of ice, that ice can't melt, you know. That's how dangerous the guy is, you know. And he have nothing to him not to tell the Jamaican people. Every time him utter, they talk about Marlon is such a damn dunce that Marlon keep telling people about the urban center, Eastern Center Mass. The urban center is not in Eastern Center Mass. You hear, sir? The urban center is in Western Center Mass. You have to cross the Bustamante Bridge before you go to Eastern Center Mass. The people that live over the side where the urban center is, those people will be voting for Hubert Williams in Western Center Mass. You hear, sir? So when Marlon Morgan chatting off his mouth, he's an ass.
But not only that,
damn dunce.
Not only that, Sir Marsh. How many residents of St. Thomas can open a shop in that urban center?
Damn good question.
And you
have how many of them will get it?
There you go. And you have this despicable human being who calls himself a senator, who's a disgrace to the parliament and the senate of this country. We're not telling everybody about
I'm talking about job that they're going to do. Minimum wage job up here over there. Let me tell you that the minimum wage earner, how them are going to figure to an housing trust house. They better put a Marky G come. I work something to help them. The $16,000 a month a week thing, you know. When you get $16,000, you must have starvation wage that $16,000. Can you send 2 people to school, pay rent, pay light, and pay water? Eh? I tell you something, I never said this on your program. I'm going to point it out to you again. Listen to me now. And I don't want anybody to misunderstand me. Slavery is not good, and I am not going to support slavery in no way, shape, or form. But under Andrew Willis administration right now, and the job them that they're talking about, you know that slavery was better in this context, and I'm going to show you how. In the days of slavery, Bakramasa would provide you food, and provide place for you live, and you would have find some old clothes give for you. All you have to do is work. Now, under Andrew Wallace, let me use the word of Bella. Under the Michael Andrew Wallace administry. That's not a fair word. Right? Under him administry, they tell you about job. Yes, job. When the job where you get it cannot pay your light, it cannot pay your rent, it cannot pay your water. So you like you are slaving. So yes, the minimum wage job, but you know it cannot do anything for you. In slavery, you never have to think about water, you know, have to think about light, you know, have to think about rent, because background master they give you house to live in, whether you like it or not. In give you clothes, whether you like it or not, and in give you ration. All you have to do is come and work. Now them say that you're free, right? But you cannot provide these things for yourself, but you're working like hell. You tell me, if there's a part of slavery, we're not better than the Michael Andrew Wallace administry. That part of it, slavery is better. When you look at a nurse and a teacher borrowing fear for their work, and sometimes you know who them have to borrow fear for their work now even working.
Sir Marsh, hold on for me. You have a fan in the background there?
Yes, yes.
Having a film here.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
Yes. So these are some of the things I will talk about job and poverty though. I would like parakeet. I would like the parakeet.
You were speaking about the benefits of the borrow money. Talk about that.
Yeah, man, teachers, some teachers and some nurses have to borrow money for their work. One thing make some police not borrow fear for their work. And Mary, we're not about to talk about that. Make we leave that. Just use the brain. So many of them. Them not to borrow for their work. And we can understand why. Because they talk about no new tax. Every day you go to the supermarket, they think them raise. This ad valorem tax, you know, the more the thing raise, the more tax you pay.
Yeah.
No new tax. But yet you're collecting more money, more and more and more and more. Who knows how you get the money off of food? This week you put something on the gas, next week you take off a little part of it. But that part of it still the same way you're collecting billions of dollars and come out no new tax and take the Jamaican people to school. Why don't take for the immediate? Well, today the people prove to Andrew Willis, Andrew will not listen to you, because we now they go count on a demonstration with the JLP, with the PNP, we're not going, and they don't put them foot out there. They don't put no foot to Andrew Scorpion himself. Come talk about you if you're going at the workplace, go demonstrate. Going at the market, go demonstrate. Andrew Willis, nobody now listen to you again. We're done with you. And your parakeet, when you're sent out there, I would like, just before I make it up, I would like Marlon Idiot Morgan to tell me how much percent corruption increased by. Because I can't tell where the other figure, you know. Because you realize that the green that poll, not ask the people a question about corruption, you know.
None.
Yeah, they avoid that part of it. They avoid that part. And if everything is so good, if everything was so good, announce the date of the election and make we deal with it. But you know what Andrew was praying for? The hurricane season to come up and the hurricane to just pass Jamaica and never stop. Just pass. And then find an alibi to put off the election.
Mr. Marsh, don't you realize that the Prime Minister was banking on the idea of when he said to the people to go out and counter-protest. He was hoping that a barrage of people go out and counter-protest the PNP. Then he said,
yes,
army and lock up and call a state of emergency.
The man try and it no work. That's why I say him score upon himself. He score one goal, you know. Him score one goal, it no work. It's for that nobody listening to him. Nobody listening to him anymore. This is what happened when time comes. You hear, sir?
Yep.
This is what happened when time comes. And it's time for us to know when to come off of the stage. Get off of the stage, Andrew Wellness. Your time up. And Dennis Strong will not save you because the PNP government must know what to do. Let me tell you something. I carried 200,000 to Scotiabank one time to lodge. I want to people and terrorize me with the 200,000. How me get this and all kind of anti-panky argument, you know? And you want my bank account with $0. And the next day, 100,000 US dollar come in it. Nobody no business with you. You come in a politics with little now you turn billionaire all of a sudden. Where you get it? You know, win the lotto. You know nothing. How you get free money, so? Them got ministry education and them milk.
No must see Father Eddie Blindhager left something for him in the trust fund.
And something like that. You milk the ministry education. Why everybody got ministry education? Milk. Now, it makes people have to look on the animals right now, you know, because you realize that the JLP people, every time, when got education, they milk it out. They milk it out. While milking the dog, while milking.
I heard your good friend Idet Amin stating that people is saying that he works at the Ministry of Education, but he wants to make this category clear. That wherever he works, he doesn't handle money.
Maybe ask him about the planning program, man. I mean, really answer, you know. In the planning program, I go over there and talk about it. The fact remains, he was there. And while he was there as advisor, money was milking out of the Ministry of Education. Let me tell you something. I'm not a fan of Edward Seaga, but Edward Seaga did come up with this thing. Ministry of Education with all the milk and bulla there, you know. Let me tell you something. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. Me not telling a lie. Because only for big people they love them milk and bulla there, which include all me, you know.
You mean
the man them.
You mean the what do you call it again?
Milk powder? Nutribun. Yeah, not with the milk powder. Them have the milk and them have the bulla and them thing them on. It was great. It was a wonderful thing. Edward Seaga leave there. The man come and thief that. Thief, you know, man. The man them.
If Mr. Seaga was alive now, Mr. Man, what do you think Edward Seaga would be saying about Andrew Holmes? Because he went into the heart of Halfway Tree and said, Andrew is a good boy, but he's not a leader. What do you think he'll be saying now about what's going on in the country?
While I was at your circle to them, I look over there, I see him, you know.
Who?
But maybe he never want me to see him.
Who?
No man, Eddie Seaga, I must turn me angry, you know, man.
Yeah.
The man destroyed the JLP, you know. The man destroyed the JLP. You know, so a little bit of time like the election and not even see it and can't settle. They can't settle see them. When they talk about Dennis Strong, they come with a distraction about Dennis Strong being threatened. If anybody wants security right now, right? At Delano Sea, right? And Newbury. At them want security because Andrew Wellness, nothing with them. Them and they want security. Trust me.
Because they're not singing his song, yeah?
They're not singing song, they're not singing song, and time I catch up on them. You can't tell me, sir. 2 months or less than 2 months before an election, you can't secretly, you can't be there. And talk about your party leader. Hmm? Oh God, man. It's bad. It's bad. A couple of labor writers jump up and thing, and many of them shame. You can't go to be a labor writer anymore. You don't have a leader. You have a sure. No, let's not say it. 'Cause something we better not say it because me have a black suit and me have a brown suit and me no want a lawsuit.
Hold on there. Marshy.
Yeah.
The way how Edith Amin went on Conrad program and said, Jeffrey Harrison, you must apologize. And it's you're gonna face a lawsuit and Conrad is bringing news entry into disrepute. Upon him to know.
Hey, Jeffrey. You see, if we call Idiot Amin a damn fool, it's one thing, But when you think the man do, what me mouth and prove it. That's all him do. A man call you a fool is one thing, And when you open your mouth and prove it, you prove the next man right. The man is an idiot. Go at the mic, go before Idiot Amin. Oh, poverty is down, and crime is down 45%. Let people, everybody know have job. The urban center hoping now, and all of them.
And according to Edith Amin, all teachers are getting good pay and living a good life. They have all best cars.
Yes, because no one has to play football again because the place is full of cars.
That is a mentally sick case. We have a madman in clean clothes in the Senate of Jamaica. We have a madman as Marlon Morgan. A stiff madman.
It's the man's sick in it. But talking about the urban center, suppose it was a factory they built that producing and exporting, right? What it would be if it was a food processing plant where when the mango and the whatever food come in, there was that way about that, so we could have processed them, or we could have export them, and we earn foreign exchange, and people get a decent job. Suppose there's something like that they did have at the urban center. What I would have, But you one place where you're going to make up 2 shop and call some people and give them minimum wage. I just in Kentucky over there.
And he believe that he did, is a great job. He did. Don't get me wrong, The Goodyear tire factory has been there from Wappy Kilfield, has been a sore in the parish of St. Thomas for many years.
I worked there for 6 years. I worked there from 72 to 78.
Right. And the People's National Party could have done a lot of things, but they didn't. Yes, he came up with this and what he did. But the fact of the matter is, how many people in the parish of St. Thomas are going to have a job inside that urban center? And how many of the poor people can open a shop up there?
That is it. Because the rent is not peppercorn rent. And unless the MP for Eastern St. Thomas may get a shop up there for rent, the parish council might rent some shop over there. And maybe a couple of people in the medical circles may get a shop there for rent.
And who knows? Maybe Edith Amin can rent a shop up there and take it as a welcome to the lion office of Edith Amin.
Jeffrey,
yes.
These people need to wheel and come again. Yeah. These people need to wheel and come again.
But
wheel and come again.
But it is now as we part way from this program here, we must say though, Sir Marsh, that Jamaica's democracy is alive and well.
Democracy is alive and well. It's alive and well. And today, I have to go across and say to some of the police them, if them see that them They must realize that they never needed there because we never come to cause any problem. You know, the only thing what the police did out there to do today, I just monitor the crowd that's then not block the road.
True.
That's the only thing. We never got to cause any disturbance. And when one of the songs did a play, I look over at the Ministry of Finance and I saw some people upstairs. And I remember I saw two ladies who did a cut a dance. Then they realized, oh, Lord God, if they see them, you know, then job might be in jeopardy and them have to cool it. Them over there look and take pictures. You know?
And I tell you,
Andrew.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I tell Andrew, so nobody now listen to him again. He can't finish that now. Just call election.
Yes.
Call it and get it over. Get it over. But then, can he fix his party and get all his seat ready? Because Delana see right, nah surrender. No retreat, no surrender. Newbury, no retreat, no surrender. We don't know what my Central Clarendon. Because we don't know the veteran Mike Henry do. We don't know. They are in serious problem. And as I said, Andrew call out his people today and nobody come out. Nobody pay money, man. Andrew, your time up.
My good friend, Sir Marsh, thank you for calling in.
Not a problem, sir. Not a problem.
Thank you. Good night. I want to see if I can get a comment from one of Jamaica's eldest statesmen of all time, Sir Robert Bobby Francis Smith. Let's see if I can get a hold of Sir Smith to come on to the program here. I know he's busy, but let's see if I can get a hold of him. Just to take his, as a Jamaican, his take on it. What is his views on what is, the whole thing of a protest today? As I said before, Sir Smith, I know you must be busy, but I want 5 minutes from you.
Okay, so what is about?
You're live on air. What is your take of today's protest? You believe that democracy is alive and well in Jamaica?
You broke up a while ago. Come again.
I'm saying to you, your take on today's protest. You believe democracy is alive and well in Jamaica?
Well, the energy that was amongst the people was alive and well.
Yes.
What disturbed me was the Prime Minister's attempt, seemingly, to create a confrontation.
Yes, that was not good at all, but the people didn't listen to him at all.
Well, people could have taken it differently and come out, and then you would have had trouble in the streets. So my question is, what would have possessed him to make that approach?
I don't think anything have perplexed him to do that. I think the Prime Minister is facing a mental meltdown.
Well, not having any expertise in that area of medicine, that won't comment. But there's something that's been troubling me, and I don't hear anybody else asking about it. One, the criteria for the job was apparently changed. So my question is, who changed it? For what reason? And what justification, if any, was given for the removal of a very, in my humble opinion, important part of the qualification? You must remember that this thing goes beyond Jamaican, PNP, JLP, or whatever. This goes straight to the heart of our involvement with our international partners or yet to be partners. If we don't seem to have a scheme to keep our banking system honest, we might be very well downgraded. You follow what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
I am still waiting to hear what would have convinced the committee that dealt with it to accept the change and apply it.
Maybe they want to be dictator, push them to do it.
What little I know of civics, that would be a very unfortunate turn of events, because it would mean that you could alter other things in the same manner.
Yes,
I put it this way. If you are going into a court case and the judge in an interview elsewhere has expressed an opinion on the case prior to hearing the evidence or whatever, I would have imagined that the court would have need of reclusing itself.
Yes, yes.
So while going to court with a judge that the people, you have already been told that this is my opinion. What's the sense in hearing any evidence then? You already have said what your opinion is.
True. Okay, my good friend, Robert Finney-Smith, giving his perspective on what happened today, demonstration in the heart of Kingston, Jamaica. So, Smith, thank you for coming on.
Yes, sir. I just add, it is my understanding that the person of interest turned up for work.
The person of interest turned up for work. What are you talking about now?
Mr. Chunga, I'm told.
Oh, yes. He have his expensive necktie and everything, have paper in his hand, and he doesn't give a flying count about the Jamaican people. He just go to work. He's being paid by the taxpayers of this country. Who the hell cares?
The other thing that I am asking about, and no one seems to want to take me up on it, is my memory. My memory seems to be unfortunate. Am I the only one who remembers the JUTC incident?
No, our good friend Canada Brian just spoke about it a while ago before you came on.
So, when you interview someone for a position, their antecedents are required to see if they are suitable. Would not that episode have played a part in deciding how suitable the person is?
Yes.
Well, it seems that no one took it into consideration. So let me leave you with this. Am I the only one who feels that if the commission that appointed him just willy-nilly accepted the removal of a very important part of the qualification, would it be a far stretch to ask for their resignation?
Well, I think the Prime Minister, well, not the Prime Minister, the minister, well, let's say the Prime Minister then. To be honest, I don't know. The Governor General is the one who would answer to do,
Well, the Governor General is seemingly incapacitated. And I won't go further unless to say you might be surprised what you hear when you drill down that piece of information.
Well, based on what we are gathering, the GG is in bed, can't walk.
As I said, it might trouble you to discover what you discover when you drill down the consequences of that.
So Robert Finney-Smith, Major, former member of the Jamaica Defense Force. I want to say thank you for coming on, sir.
You're welcome, sir. What a tangled web we weave.
Indeed. What a tangled web we weave in this country. What a candle where we wave. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome. Stay safe.
Same to you, sir. There you have it. Let me get Miss P in now. The last call is Miss P, and that's it. We're gonna wrap up the program, but we'll get Miss P to come on back in. Oh, what a candle where we wave in this country. Here we go. Miss P. Then we're gonna say so long. It's been a beautiful day today. Miss P, I know you're having a headache, but give us a few minutes of your time before we wrap up.
Hello, Jeffrey. Good night again.
Good night. I know you're having a little headache, but give us 2 minutes before we wrap up.
Yeah, what may I say? Jamaica celebrate a good day, and let us continue to do what we do best.
Yes.
And is to thank the Lord, give him all the praise, worship him. And when it comes to the earth, you know, you, Jeffrey Tavares, Wilford Rattigan, Wayne Lonesome, Andre Stephen, all the bloggers I already call them. Thank you guys for helping us. You open millions of Jamaican eyes down to the labor right them. You love a party, nothing wrong with that. But when you see your party is doing wrong to your country, you have to stand up. And with that, I salute every living Jamaican. Put partyism aside. No, when you go for your job as an ordinary person, you bring your resume, you acclimate everything, then still run antecedent for you. You're going to your community and who you affiliate with on your lifestyle. Do you tell me that the Jamaica Labour Party personally never run an antecedent for Chung? It's all alleged that he work at KFC. And because of thief, then catch him a thief, him have left. And one man missing can't find until now. So all those things that they don't hear about it?
Well,
it's alleged.
Well, hold on, Miss P. I can prove it is alleged, and I just want to put a disclaimer. The views expressed on this program are not the views of the Make We Talk or its host, or the Tavares Media Group, or the Make We Talk Group. It is solely the views of our callers and listeners on this program, not the Make We Talk program. Go ahead, Miss P.
It's alleged.
Yes.
Yeah, it's alleged, right? And when Jamaica people say, if you not go so, you go so. Right? And everybody in a democratic society, to teach me, you have a right to choose a party. Nothing is wrong. But it doesn't, when you say things now go your way, I got the right way for the country and the future for the country. You have to make a stand. Until you, Mr. Prime Minister, you have used a word said, use not the Jamaica Labour Party, then it's not the Jamaica Labour Party. No. Yes, we see it. Because he's the only Prime Minister that broke down people's house. He's the only Prime Minister that make the government a charge a man if he drink a drink and give a ticket.
And he's the only Prime Minister who is calling on Jamaicans to come against their own Jamaican. No other Prime Minister in the history of this country have done it.
That is it. He's the only Prime Minister who tell life pound we say how we spread COVID, sir. He's the only Prime Minister who tell we say we have to get cash to put the in. He's the only Prime Minister who raise minimum wage from 15 to 16,000 now, sir. He's the only Prime Minister when it's Supreme Court of the land. Harder that the security company never pay people and back money up till long they don't get none. Right? And also so much bad things you have done. You're the only Prime Minister where 140 you dead on the operation, on the target operation. Sir, if you know what I know, you better come down. And this to all of the members of the Jamaica Labour Party and affiliate. Let me tell you something. Andrew Holness is using the whole out from top to bottom. in just a use you. You must stop, look, listen, ask yourself this question. Is this worth it? For those of you whose parents are still alive, for those of you who have children, ask yourself, look at your name. You bring down your own name and your family tree in a disrepute. You're bringing yourself to open disgrace. Look at Tamika Prince, how is she name? Where is she now? You think anybody would want a liar imply she as liar? Huh? Nobody, if you want corporate liar, criminal liar, no type of liar where you nobody not going to imply because she's compromised. She should have done what should be done. And now she gone in a corner. She forgot some far country for people working. If you go to America, nobody no want him. Because them all know she. So how long who sacrifice themselves and be where you be and I dash away so. Think again. So with that, Mr. Jeffrey, I wanna say thanks to you and to your wife and to your family because behind every good man there must be a good woman.
Indeed.
Ratty, big up yourself. Lonesome, Andre, and the whole entire crew. ABR, the whole of them can't name on what big up yourself and thank you and really Jamaican people. We pray that God will continue bless you, keep you, long life, health and strength. And I yield back.
There you have it. I want to say thanks to Miss P for coming on, for being a part of this program tonight. We have been at it from 7 o'clock. It is now 9:28, 8:28 in Kingston, Jamaica. We're listening, watching from around the world and the Eastern Caribbean. This is the Make We Talk program. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe to this program. I want to say good morning, good afternoon, or good night rather. Good night rather to Walking in Divine Purpose. You will be okay, my dear. Thank you all for coming on. I want to say good night to also GG, Governor General of Jamaica from Upper St. Andrew. She is on tonight. My good friend, Christopher Campbell. Give me a call, Chris. I want to hear talk about this. What do you think about the protest in Jamaica? You were with us in New York. Call us now. What do you think about the protest in Jamaica? I'll give Christopher a call. I'll give him a call right now to get his views on his take on what is going on in Jamaica. Good night to GG from Upper St. Andrew. Christopher, how are you doing?
Good night. How are you doing, Jeffrey?
I am here. I tell you something, Chris. I am one of the most happiest person known right now.
I can tell. I think I'm watching you long enough to know when you're happy. and Jeffrey, none of this, my friend, as I posted earlier, that I don't think people understand the effort you put into doing what you do.
Yeah.
And the sacrifice.
Oh yeah.
You're a true patriot, my friend. You're a true patriot.
Thank you, man.
You know, and it takes people like you, Ratigan, and all the other guys to push the needle, to move the needle slowly but surely towards righteousness.
Yes.
You know, to push it towards, justice, as Martin Luther King would say. You know, the arc of justice is long, but it's bent towards justice at the end of the day.
Yes.
We have to stay on it. We know, Jeffrey, that we're not crazy. We know that we're not crazy. We see what we see, and we know when something is wrong.
Yeah, of course.
And see,
and we have the evidence to show that something is wrong. As I said,
of course,
as I said in my program, man, many times, the price of liberty is to stay alert, to seek the truth, and to continue fighting for the democracy of this nation. And today, as I said before, today, democracy is alive and well in Jamaica. The people came out, the people stood out, the people speak out against a corrupt dictatorial regime. The Jamaican people
Jeffrey,
spoke out. Go ahead, my friend.
there's a saying, and I'm going to quote what it says. Democracy dies when good men says nothing, or good people says nothing. So we all have to lift up our voices and do our small part. We have to. We cannot claim to be a Christian nation. And in the face of this kind of abuse, sit quietly by in our houses and wherever we are and say nothing. We have to do our small part to give voice to the voiceless. You know, that's what you do on a daily basis. And I just admire you, Jeffrey. I tell you that. I admire your spirit. You know, and I know you and your wife make a lot of sacrifice to get up every day. Not looking for reward. Let me tell people that you're out there and you do this out of pure love of your country. So you're not, you can, if you wanna look for be bought off, believe you me, there's people out there would gladly write you a check to sing the song. Yes, and have you sing the song and be part of the choir, but you do this out of pure love of country, and there's no more, greater patriot than a person that does something out of love for the country. And I want to appeal to all my fellow Jamaicans who love the country, whether you're PNP or JLP, I don't care about that, because, Jeffrey, let me tell you this. If Mark Golden should go into power and he doesn't do the things we expect him to do, I will be one of the first person out there, and I will spend out of my pocket and come on this program and whip him behind.
Indeed.
We not gonna stand for this anymore. We're not gonna stand for this bare-faced corruption that Andrew Holness is in our face. Why this man think he could do this thing and get away with it? Because he has done it and he has gotten away with it. But every day bucket go well,
One day must drop out.
One day the bottom will drop out. And I think the Jamaican people have reached that point with Andrew Holness. For the good, at long last, man, have you no shame? Have you no decency?
And today, Christopher, today the bucket dropped out. When you look out on social media across YouTube, every single person who has a channel, every single well-thinking Jamaican who has Jamaica interests at heart, both on TikTok and YouTube and Facebook and wherever, they were live carrying this live event. And that is to show you that the democracy of Jamaica is alive and well. And I said this before, Christopher, you were a part of the protest that we had in New York, and you stood up for this country too, my friend. You stood up for this nation. And the birth of this protest in the 21st century Jamaica, it birthed from within the diaspora, the belly of the diaspora. It birthed from there.
That is absolutely true. That is true, Jeffrey. We more than anything else, we put both our treasure, because we come here and work hard, but we're willing to lift up our country financially and support it emotionally and in every way, And all we ask is for people to do their part in Jamaica. Go out and vote. Let your voice be heard. Don't let these politicians, I don't care if you're a PNP or JLP, trample on your rights and abuse you. You're not beasts of the fields. Okay? And they're not your masters. They're your servants, and nobody can go call them. So if they take the job, they should do the work of the people.
Yes.
Okay? If you want to get rich, get your backside in the private sector and line your pocket all you want. Nobody envy you for what you have, but you cannot do that at the trough of the taxpayers.
No.
It is wrong.
And when you have a prime minister in the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedom in this country, it gives the Jamaican people the right for a peaceful protest, the right for a peaceful assembly, the right for freedom of speech. And when you have a prime minister of a country gonna call on other Jamaicans to go out there and protest against their own Jamaican There is something fundamentally wrong, and we cannot and will never stand and will never stand for this. The Prime Minister of this country, he needs psychiatric help. Something is wrong with that man. I don't think Andrew Holness is thinking correctly.
He's a narcissist. You understand? We're living under one here, and he's a little mini Trump. I tell people that all the time. Okay? He has grand ambition, but you know, one thing I can say before I get off, Jeffrey, is that one thing I know Andrew Holness crave above all other things, apart from the money that he enrich himself with, is respectability. But I want to tell Andrew Holness, you will never get that. You'll go down in the history as a corrupt politician, and that will be your bio at the end of the day.
Yes.
When all is said and done. And I go and get off and make you go get some rest, Jeffrey, because I know you have been on all day. And thank you for your service to your country, Jeffrey. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much.
All right, man.
And thank you very much behind the scene for what you've been doing, my friend. Thank you.
All right, Jeffrey. No problem, my friend.
Yeah, man. I want to say thanks to all those who call in. Thanks to everyone who come on the program here tonight. Thanks to Gigi from Upper St. Andrew. Hey, Gigi, you're not have to talk, you know. I want to forget in the mango here. From Upper St. Andrew. Upper St. Andrew. I want to say thank you all very much for coming on. Thank you all for being a part of this program. As we end the program tonight, I want to say thanks to my fellow Jamaicans. Thanks to, before I go, I have to play this before I go, though. I promise to play this before I go. I want to listen to what the president of the president of the People's National Party, rather, and opposition leader of Jamaica, said today at the rally out there, the peaceful rally we had in Hero Circle. Well, listen to what he said.
Greetings, each and every one, all supporters, all Jamaicans who have come here to National Hero Circle this morning to join in this peaceful protest. We're meeting to defend a very critical principle. We are meeting to defend the governance of this country in a way that is consistent with our Constitution and our democratic traditions. The Prime Minister has problems. The Integrity Commission has investigated him, and they are not satisfied with their findings. They have not been able to certify his annual declarations as being in good order. They have referred the matter for further investigation to the Financial Investigations Division, a critical law enforcement investigative agency. There is a whole lot of issues at stake. There's a question of the 28 bank accounts. There's a question of the cash deposits from anonymous sources to his bank account of millions of dollars. There is over $470 million of flows moving between his various accounts in many thousands of transactions. There's the fact that his companies which are involved in those transactions file nil returns with the tax department. And there is the fact that Positive Jamaica Foundation, a non-profit entity that goes out and solicits donations for worthy causes, which is under his control, provided resources to his personal company to make financial investments on his behalf. All of these are serious allegations. And these are matters which the person who they have just appointed to head the FID, the Financial Investigations Division, has said there's nothing untoward or wrong. You cannot have a man who's defending the person on the investigation being put in charge of the agency that is tasked with doing the investigation. There's a clear conflict of interest. There is manifest bias. And furthermore, the very requirements for the post were deliberately watered down so as to facilitate the outcome of his appointment. Jamaica must stand against this erosion of good governance, this defilement of principle. And that is why we're gathering here today to state to the Jamaican people, we do not support this.
We do not support this indeed. What happened here? Oh, it's finished. Sorry. No. I think it is finished, yes. This is where we're going to say so long for tonight from this program. I want to say thank you all for coming on. Thank you all for being a part of this program. $399 for how much mango, Gigi? Like you must buy the whole of the mango tree. Good night to everybody for coming on. Good night to everyone for coming on this program. Thanks to the producers of this program. Thanks to Walking in Divine Purpose. Thanks to Gigi. Thanks to all those in the chat room. Thanks to everyone who makes today's possible. Thanks to my good friend Andre Stevenson, who went out there and gave us live coverage. Thanks to BOJ TV for giving us the live coverage that we got. For those who live in the Jamaican diaspora, I want to say thank you all very much for tuning in. Until you hear my voice again, may God bless you. And may God bless this wonderful island of Jamaica, land we love. Have a great night, everyone. Today, it shows to us that the people of Jamaica shows to the people in the diaspora that Jamaica democracy is alive and well. And all of this started from one man who hailed from Waterhouse. One man who knew what it's like to eat dumpling and butter. One man who knew what it's like to eat tin mackerel and, well, dirty gal and rice and those things. One man. Man who stand up, a man who will never give up. And no matter what they throw at him, he bunks back up and still stand for his people of Jamaica. One man indeed. One man who continue to fight, who continue to inspire a lot of us, who continue to say to us, don't give up. The people will stand up one day. And today they did. Today they did. And today I am proud to be a Jamaican. I am proud to be a Jamaican. I want to say thanks to Wilfred Rattigan for making and to showing the Jamaican people that we can stand up. Thanks to the president of the People's National Party. Thanks to former President Dr. Peter David Phillips. Thanks to Mark Jefferson Golden, Dr. Dayton Campbell, and the remarkable, somebody who I look up to, somebody who I admire, somebody who, when you call her, she answers her phone, she returns your call, she returns your text. I want to say thanks to the dynamic, outspoken Senator Donna Scott Motley, who gave a speech today, who stand up for the Jamaican people. She spoke like a Portia Simpson Miller. She spoke like a Nanny of the Maroon. She spoke like a Eugenia Charles of Dominica. She spoke like a Winnie Mandela of South Africa. She spoke like the Iron Lady of Great Britain, the late Margaret Thatcher. That is how Donna Scott Motley spoke today in standing up for the people of this country and to show us that Jamaica's democracy is alive and well. Thank you all very much for coming on. May God bless you. May God bless our island home, Jamaica land we love. But before we go, we got to remind you about Ronnie Williams Entertainment Center comes alive on June 21st. This event is put on by the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation. Here we go.
The One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation and its global supporters cordially invite Jamaicans abroad and abroad to its inaugural reconnection on June 21st, 2025 at the Ranny Williams Entertainment Center in Kingston, Jamaica. Bring your entire family for a day of food, fun, entertainment, and information. Get an understanding of the Constitution and the skills necessary to exercise your rights and your civic responsibilities as Jamaican citizens. You can't afford to miss this inaugural reconnection rally, June 21st in Kingston. Tune in for further information and updates to Reason with Radigan on YouTube and reggaeglobalradio.com, Saturdays at 3 p.m. New York time and at 2 p.m. in Jamaica.
There you have it. There you have it. One more thing before I go. Oh, the police gave a speech also. Let's listen to the police speech.
With the organizers, and we actually advised them on our expectations, and they agreed that they would be at their best behavior. We saw in most parts that the crowd was very good in terms of their behavior. There was no impediment to traffic or other obstruction of a free passageway along this corridor. All in all, the protest went without any incident whatsoever, and we are very pleased of the efforts of the police in providing policing services here today. So, what happened in the crowd, they expected and the full of traffic was what they expected? Yes, we asked them to be on one side of the roadway, and in any case, not to be in the roadway, and that was very good because they adhered to those instructions, thereby allowing for free passage of motoring public moving and around, traversing this particular space. Was there a time for them for starting? Well, we had arranged for them to start somewhere around 9 o'clock. It was off to a fairly late start, but nonetheless, they did not go for very long. We were able to police it right through. Are the police able to estimate how many people came out here? Well, your guess is as very good as mine, and I think the numbers you can say to yourself exactly what it may have been, but we believe that the crowd was nonetheless manageable for the policing numbers that we had here today.
There you have it. Members of the Jamaica Defense Forces out in their full force today at the National Hero Circle for the protest of Jamaicans standing up against the level of corruption and nepotism in the country. We also have these videos to show you also. I think this video is former Minister of Health, Minister John Jr. was speaking today.
Come out today. What, you mean we don't have the right to peaceful protest anymore? Is he looking confrontation? Well, if that is what it is with my Harvard stick, I'm here.
With your Harvard stick, you're down today.
Damn right. I'm here to demonstrate. You're not fool with my rights. Under that.
All right.
Additionally saying all labor rights must come out today. What, you mean we don't have the right to peaceful protest anymore? Is he looking confrontation? Well, if that is what it is with my Harvard stick, I'm here.
With your Harvard stick, you're down today.
Damn right. I'm here to demonstrate. You're not going to fool with my rights. Don't do that.
All right, Uncle.
There you go. Former Minister of Health, the Honorable John Jr., is sending a clear message to the Prime Minister of this country. Don't infringe on his fundamental rights to go out there and protest. And I agree with John Jr. Some more of this clipping.
Too much, and I believe the fact that Jamaica need leadership, Andrew must go, Andrew must go, Andrew.
And we end the program tonight with this chant from Natalita Garvey, opposition spokesperson and local government, along with the president of the People's National Party and former opposition leader, Peter David Phillips, was out there also. Let's listen in. We are blood and fire comrades. You can see Stacey Knight, the son of the late, well, sorry. Stacey Knight, the daughter rather of veteran politician Katie Knight. She was out there also. And also Raymond Price was out there. Peter Bunting and others were out there. We're going to end the program tonight. Thank you all very much for coming and remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Make We Talk Jeffrey Tavares YouTube channel. Until you hear my voice again, may God bless you, and may God bless our island home, Jamaica land we love. Power to the people, and I'm proud to be a Jamaican. God bless you. Have a great night, everybody.
We are blood and fire. what the Lebarites say and what they say we are. We need to fight the Lebarites and set Jamaica free. We are blood and fire comrades. And we are marching on to progress. Oh, we are marching on to progress. Oh, we fear not what the Lebarites say and what they say we are. We need to fight the Lebarites and set Jamaica free. We are blood and fire comrades, and we are marching on to progress. And we are marching on to progress. We are marching on to progress. Oh, we fear not what the Lebarites say and what they say we are. We need to fight the Lebarites and set Jamaica free. We are blood and fire comrades. And we are marching on to progress. Oh, we are marching on to progress. Oh, we fear not what the Lebarites say and what they say we are. We need to fight the Lebarites and say what the labor rights say and what they say we are. We need to fight the labor rights and set Jamaica free. We are blood and fire comrades, and we are marching on to progress. Oh, we are marching on to progress. Oh, we care not what the labor rights say and what they say we are. We need to fight the labor rights and set Jamaica free. We are blood and fire comrades, and we are marching on to progress. And we are marching on to progress. We are marching on to progress. Oh, we care not what the labor rights say and what they say we are. We need to fight the labor rights and set Jamaica free. We are blood and fire comrades, and we are marching on to progress. Oh, we are marching on to progress. Oh, we care not what the labor rights say and what they say we are. We need to fight the labor rights and set Jamaica free. We are blood and fire comrades, and we are marching on to progress. And we are marching on to progress. We are marching on to progress. Oh, we care not what the labor rights say and what they say we are. We need to fight the labor rights and set Jamaica free. We are blood and fire comrades.
The Prime Minister just needs to fly the gate. Call it Andrew, call it, and Iman will sound the trumpet.
Whether you're Labour right, PNP, regular Jamaican who just want to vote for a change, you see the next election here will come up under no circumstances whatsoever can you vote in back the Jamaica Labour Party into government.
And we are marching on to progress. Oh, we are marching on to progress. Oh, we care not what the labor rights say and what they say we are. We need to fight the labor rights and set Jamaica free. We are blood and fire comrades, and we are marching on to progress. not what, whenever I say and what they say we are. We need to fight deliverance and say Jamaica free. We are blood and fire comrades, and we are marching on to progress. And we are marching on to progress. We are marching on to progress. Oh, we fear not what whenever I say and what they say we are. Oh, we need to fight deliverance and say Jamaica free. We are blood and fire comrades. And we are marching on to progress. Oh, we are marching on to progress. Oh, we fear not what, whenever I say and what they say we are. We need to fight deliverance and say Jamaica free. We are blood and fire comrades, and we are marching on to progress. And we are marching on to progress. We are marching on to progress. Oh, we fear not what, whenever I say and what they say we are. Oh, we need to fight deliverance and say Jamaica free. We are blood and fire comrades. And we are marching on to progress. Oh, we are marching on to progress. Oh, we fear not what, whenever I say and what they say we are. We need to fight deliverance and say Jamaica free. We are blood and fire comrades, and we are marching on to progress. And we are marching on to progress. We are marching on to progress. Oh, we fear not what, whenever I say and what they say we are. Oh, we need to fight deliverance and say Jamaica free. We are blood and fire comrades. And we are marching on to progress. Oh, we are marching on to progress. Oh, we fear not what, whenever I say and what they say we are. We need to fight deliverance and say Jamaica free. We are blood and fire comrades, and we are marching on to progress. And we are marching on to progress. We are marching on to progress. Oh, we fear not what, whenever I say and what they say we are. Oh, we need to fight deliverance and say Jamaica free. We are blood and fire comrades. And we are marching on to progress. Oh, we are marching on to progress. Oh, we fear not what, whenever I say and what they say we are. We need to fight deliverance and say Jamaica free. We are blood and fire comrades, and we are marching on to progress. And we are marching on to progress. We are marching on to progress. Oh, we to